Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in today. So, today I want to talk to you guys what happens when someone has their sun in the sign of the horse, or in Vedic astrology, the sign of Leo. In ancient China, when the sun is in the sign of the horse, the sun is given the title of Zhu Mingxing, or the bright vermilion star. The sun is usually depicted in a vermilion color in ancient Chinese paintings when the sun is in its zenith. The color of vermilion was a symbol of power and authority and was often associated with the emperor and the imperial court. Horses were closely associated with the royalty and the elite, and especially high quality horses that were imported from Central Asia. Owning and riding one of these horses was considered a privilege that signified high social status and power. In Chinese paintings, they are often depicted as a graceful, majestic, and noble light. So when the sun is in the sign of the horse, they will also possess some of the similar qualities as mentioned about the horse. They are thoughtful, deliberate, and straightforward in how they approach work and responsibilities. They are very meticulous in how they present and dress themselves. They are often very picky with their mates. They are often born with some natural talents and have a deep need to show their individual intelligence. It is said that the father or the father figures of people with the sun in the sign of the horse are also quite self-confident, noble, and leaders in their own society. The condition of Mercury and Venus must also be evaluated to have a real proper understanding of how the sun will behave in the sign of the horse. If Mercury is not combust or retrograde and is either in Virgo or Cancer, and Venus is also not combust or retrograde in Virgo or Cancer, or both planets are either one in Virgo and one in Cancer, forming a hemming situation with the sun, then it forms a great condition for the sun. The best condition is when Mercury is direct and uncombust in the sign of the snake or Virgo, and Venus is direct and uncombust in the sign of the sheep or Cancer. This combination is said to produce someone who is a natural leader with a great ability to speak and express himself, as well as having a very nurturing side to him that he can easily inspire passion from the people or the masses. If Mercury is retrograde or combust, it could greatly affect the outcome of the sun in the sign of the horse, as it could greatly affect his ability or her ability to express themselves, as well as if Venus is in a retrograde or combust state, it can affect the way this person's ability to emphasize with others. The sign of the horse consists of 3 constellations, and depending on which constellation or which degree your sun is in, it will have a slightly different interpretation of how your sun will behave. From 0 to 7 degrees of the horse or Leo, it is ruled by the constellation of the 7 stars. And this constellation is ruled by the sun itself. The star constellation is considered the constellation with the peak yang energy, as it is a constellation of the sun in the zodiac of the sun. People with the sun in the star constellation is often seen as geniuses in yang mo or overt strategy. In Chinese culture, strategy is split into yang mo and yin mo. Yang mo is overt strategy and yin mo is covert strategy. A good example of yang mo or overt strategy is Franklin D. Roosevelt's 1930 New Deal, which brought the United States out of the Great Depression, as they are seen as people born with a natural gift to formulate plans that can move the masses. This is probably one of the easiest constellations for someone to take on a kingly or leadership role. From 7 to 26 degrees, it is ruled by the constellation Zhang or Bo. This constellation is ruled by the planet Moon. It is not a coincidence that the constellation that rules the majority of the most yang sign, the horse, is ruled by the most yin planet, the moon. When we look at the symbol of the yin yang, even when yang is at its peak, there is still a small part of yin within. And this is a way of showing this philosophy. Whereas the star constellation is the depiction of the stallion, the Bo constellation or Zhang constellation is a depiction of the lead mare. And people born with the sun in this constellation often have a natural intuitive talent to lead the herd. And this talent comes from its natural perceptive abilities. They can be great performers like dancing and acting, as well as great athletes in this constellation. From 26 to 30 degrees of the sign of the horse is ruled by the constellation of Yi or wings, and its ruling planet is Mars or the fire star. This constellation was associated with a time when the heavenly emperor gave a great assembly, and after the assembly, to celebrate, there was a great musical concert and performance. So this constellation is often associated with performance, music, and celebrations. And people with the sun in this constellation are often seen to have a noble demeanor with an air of elegance. Many musicians and great public speakers are often seen with the sun in this constellation. This constellation is much more about personal achievement than it is about leadership and authority. So this is generally how Chinese Vedic astrology views the sun in the sign of the horse or Leo. And if you've liked what you have learned today, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And until next time, peace.